It was almost 11:30 at night. The roads of Dhaka were nearly empty. Zohn had left his university late and waited anxiously for the last bus of the night. The ticking of his watch felt like a warning. Suddenly, faint headlights appeared. A bus stopped in front of him. The windows were scratched and old, the paint on the body faded. There was no conductor, only a driver. In a deep, heavy voice, he said, "Going this way? Get in." Without thinking twice, Zohn climbed aboard. He looked around and noticed the bus was almost empty. Only 3 passengers sat in the very back row. Their heads were bowed, motionless, silent. The bus began moving. The monotonous drone of the engine echoed through the empty streets. After a while, the driver spoke. "No one lives on this route anymore. You must not have seen this bus before, right?" Zohn shook his head. The driver added, "Tonight is the final journey." Zohn could not understand what he meant. The eerie silence inside the bus made his heart beat fast. He glanced back again. The 3 passengers still sat exactly the same, not even breathing. Suddenly, one of them slowly lifted his head. A pale face, eyes tightly closed. Yet he spoke. "You are new?" The voice sounded like someone who had not spoken for years. Zohn froze. He tried to move toward the front, but the driver looked at him through the mirror and said, "Do not worry. They are regular passengers." Zohn felt a wave of panic. He turned toward the window and saw that the bus was leaving the city, entering a dark, unfamiliar road. No streetlights, no houses. Abruptly, the bus stopped. The driver said, "This is your stop." But outside there was nothing, just darkness, a broken bridge, an abandoned riverbank. Zohn protested, "I cannot get down here. Where are we?" This time the driver spoke clearly. "Those who do not remember when they last took a bus, get off here." The passengers behind him slowly stood up. Under the dim bus light, their bodies looked slightly transparent. One whispered, "We all died. Long ago." Zohn screamed and ran toward the door. Everything turned black. The next morning's headline read, "Students still missing. The old bus route has been closed for 3 years." 2 days had passed since Zohn vanished. His phone was switched off. His friends and family had filed a missing report, but the police found no useful leads. CCTV footage near the bus stop showed Zohn waiting alone. No bus appeared on the camera. Officer Rahim, a seasoned investigator with a sharp mind, took charge of the case. He studied the report again and again. One detail stood out. The supposed route where Zohn boarded the bus had been officially abandoned for years. Locals avoided that area after sunset. Rahim visited Zohn's university. Zohn's close friend Araf met him there. "Sir, he said something strange before leaving," Araf explained nervously. "He told me he felt like someone was watching him all day. Like he was being followed." Rahim noted this carefully. Paranormal rumors never influenced his work, but something in this case felt wrong. The abandoned route. That night, Rahim drove his police jeep toward the deserted road. The streetlights ended much earlier than expected. Darkness swallowed the surroundings. The trees leaned toward the road as if whispering secrets from the shadows. He found the broken bridge exactly as described. Dust. Silence. No signs of anyone. Suddenly, a faint sound echoed. A bus horn. Rahim turned around sharply. Headlights flickered in the distance, then vanished immediately, as if swallowed by the night. His radio crackled. A distorted voice whispered, "Final journey." Rahim gripped his flashlight tightly. He moved closer to the riverbank. Something caught his attention. A torn backpack stuck between stones. Inside was Zohn's student ID card. Rahim felt a chill. Zohn's awakening. Meanwhile, deep inside an unknown darkness, Zohn regained consciousness. The air felt heavy. He was lying on a cold metal floor. The same bus, still, silent. The driver sat motionless at the wheel. The three passengers continued to stare at Zohn with their lifeless expressions. Zohn stood up shakily. "Where am I?" he whispered. One of the passengers, now smiling eerily, replied, "You are on the road between the living and the dead." Zohn tried to run, but the bus doors sealed automatically. The driver finally turned his head. "You boarded the last bus, Zohn. It only goes forward, never back." The engine roared to life. The bus moved again, but this time the windows revealed no roads, only a swirling void of gray mist and distant screams. Back to the investigation, Rahim collected the bag and marked the spot. He looked up once more. This time, the bus headlights were right behind him. The same old model, the same faded paint. The door opened with a slow creak. A familiar face stared from the window. Zohn, except his eyes had changed. Cold, reflecting nothing. He lifted his hand slowly toward Rahim, signaling him to come closer. Rahim stepped back, heart pounding. The driver's voice reached him again, louder than before. "Get in, officer. The final journey has room for one more." The doors shut violently. The bus vanished into thin air. Rahim stood frozen. He had only one thought left. What kind of bus returns without a road?